Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be discussing something that I feel all the cult squad out there, which is what I call the Sussex Squad, should absolutely listen to when they attack Catherine in the way that they have. So it's very, very important information that I think is so exciting and so prevalent to the way they portray her. So if you're interested in something like this, then join this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss future uploads, and like the video if you do. If you don't, well, then I guess you're going to dislike it. And you know what? That's absolutely fine too. So that being said, if this is the channel for you, where myself, Ems, I'm a qualified UK therapist, and I use my professional expertise along with my personal opinions, which sometimes do differ. If that's the video for you, then, well, come join us. So for those of you that are new here, welcome. This is probably going to look like this is just a normal everyday occurrence, me filming the video here, but in fact I am in Glastonbury at the moment. Most of you who've joined me from, well, since the beginning, you know what my office looks like. And so this is a completely different setting. I'm going to be doing some videos to show you the beautiful, beautiful town of Glastonbury, not to be confused with the festival, although it is in the same place. So if you are interested in that, then like I say, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the uploads that I bring here. So in this video, I want to talk about Princess Catherine. So as you know, I have spoken about Meghan Markle's link to the slave trade, where if you trace down her ancestry, the connection to her family owning slaves. Now, I get that some people are very much in there, but yes, but how can we be beholden in a sense or blamed for what our ancestors do? Well, we can't, and but the point is that most of us who, even if we have links ourselves, haven't spent the past 4 years or so attacking an institution, attacking a family for the very thing in their ancestry that she's actually got. I mean, that's hypocrisy. And not only that, let's talk about the squad, the S squad, the cult squad, as I call them. They are constantly attacking William and Catherine for racism, for being part of colonial England, being part of owning slaves, which again is hypocrisy, given that actually if they did delve into Meghan Markle's past, they would see the links there, you know, to the very same thing. But, and this is a big but, if they actually looked into the ancestry of Meghan Markle, which they haven't done, because if they did, they would see that there is that connection. But not only that, the connection with Catherine, Princess of Wales, she is connected, and I just want to make sure that I get this right, to someone called Harriet Martineau. Now, everyone knows about Catherine Middleton, Princess of Wales, but few know of her great-great aunt, Harriet Martineau. Well, why should we know about her, I hear you ask? Well, this is because she is known, and let me get this right, as the greatest American abolitionist. So the abolitionist or yeah, we'll go abolitionist. So for all the cult squad out there who attack Princess Catherine, it's like maybe they need to just take a minute and actually do their research in who she's connected to, because this, in my opinion, is huge. For all the squad that like to attack Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales, maybe they just need to sit back and chill for a minute and actually do some research. I know that's nigh on impossible for them, but they should do. And actually, they should listen to my videos, because actually they might become a little bit educated. So here is where this is going to stick in the throats of the cult squad, because whilst Meghan is connected to ancestors who owned slaves like property, The Princess of Wales is connected to Harriet Martineau, who fought a lifelong battle to abolish slavery and racism in the US. And one of the biggest connections as well is that she's actually British. She was always known for being very outspoken, this lady, but apparently while she was there visiting America, she saw what was happening there. So she became very, very outspoken against slavery, influencing the abolitionist, I really don't like that word, cause in the US. She wrote radical polemics, again, arguing for the primary of scientific evidence to be used for a better society. So much so that she influenced Charles Darwin. Can you imagine? And she also helped to found the study of sociology. She became the very first female journalist in the world and wrote more than 2,000 articles for the Daily News, particularly using her American contacts. She is an underestimated radical figure in British history, having spent her entire life campaigning and writing about many modern aspects of life that came to be the norm, such as women's rights and racial equality. Now, Harriet, who actually does bear a resemblance to Catherine, is today a largely forgotten figure. I mean, how sad is that? When you have somebody that without this woman, a lot of things would have changed. A lot of things would be very, very different today. But she's so instrumental, but actually pretty forgotten. During the Victoria era, she was a powerhouse, a towering intellect who braved male prejudice to carve out a unique career in the world of letters. She is generally acknowledged as the first woman sociologist. Born the daughter of a Norwich textile manufacturer, she grew up in a household dominated by Unitarianism and underpinned by a progressive attitude towards the education of young girls. By the time she was 21, she had published her first article, perhaps unsurprisingly, on female education. She moved to London and soon came her first book, Devotional Exercises for the Use of Young Persons, in 1826. This was merely a warm-up. Her big plan was to write books on politics and economics for the ordinary teacher. Illustrations of Political Economy, which followed, was an instant success and brought her financial independence at a stroke. So there we have it, 1826, a young woman at the age of 21 who's so prolific in what she wants to do that she's gone out, written articles, written books. She hasn't just sat back and thought, you know what, I'm just going to let things happen. She's like, no, you know what, I want to be part of this instrumental change. And she does it. Her circle of contacts and friends included Thomas Malthus, George Eliot, Elizabeth Barrett Browning, Charlotte Bronte, and Wordsworth. I mean, that's quite an accolade. These people, the heralds of change, thought they could improve the world, and to a greater or lesser extent, they did. Buoyed up by their vision of the new, Harriet yearned to experience nascent cultures for herself, and at a time when few of her age or class undertook such solo trips, she sailed to the United States in 1935. Now, bear in mind back then, depending on the weather, a trip to the United States from the UK took around 6 to 8 weeks. And that's quite grueling as well. I mean, it was not like how we going on a cruise, and it's very different back there, but 6 to 8 weeks traveling by sea. She got to work straight away by writing the incisively Sociological Society in America in 1837 and the more anecdotal retrospect of Western travel in 1838. She espoused the then unpopular abolition movement. Harriet Martineau observed a link between slavery and the oppression of women's rights. She is considered one of the first feminists and spent much of her lifetime fighting for those two causes. Funny, when Meghan portrays herself as a feminist and someone who likes to empower women, she loved to showcase her fake friendship with Gloria Steinem, yet Catherine, the Princess of Wales, literally is a descendant of the very woman who was instrumental in pioneering female empowerment. Harriet Martineau's theory of sociology entailed her belief that social reform was a necessity in order to improve better conditions for everyone. Also, she felt humans should live in accordance with natural laws while emphasising science, education, and religious tolerance. Harriet Martineau, the mother of sociology, The mother of sociology is often credited with playing the important role in society today. She was the first woman sociologist in the history of scientific discipline. She was so well respected that she actually received a personal honorary invite to Queen Victoria's coronation in 1938. Can you imagine being someone of a young age to being so well respected that you're invited to the Queen's coronation? I mean, it's a big deal now, but back then it's a very big deal. Not only was Martineau the first woman sociology, but in 1853 she also translated the works of the father of sociology, Auguste Comte, from the French language to the English language. Additionally, she was a prolific writer of articles and books. Her travels abroad to America were chronicled in detail and in modern times have been studied intently by sociologists and economists, along with scientists in other fields today. The Martineau Society operates to this day in Norwich, United Kingdom, to keep her legacy alive. In her later years, Martineau turned away from religion towards secularism and was ostracized by the members of her religious family. One other salient fact that has been forgotten by history is that Martineau became increasingly deaf over the years. She may have shaped the way she viewed the world, and in her late stage of life, she left the crowded streets of London for the serenity of the English countryside. Her work actually preceded the work of many scientists, including esteemed thinkers Neil Durkheim and Max Weber. Martineau's translation of Comte's original writings was so respected by Comte himself that he actually started recommending it to his own students. She was known to challenge the concept of ethnocentrism, or when a person evaluates another culture according to the norms of their own culture. And how often do we see this even today? Although Martineau admired many of America's democratic ideals and moral beliefs, she also decried the rampant hypocrisy she uncovered during her visits. For example, women, African Americans, Native Americans, and other minority groups did not seem to enjoy the same freedoms as many of the male Caucasian American citizens. She discerned a conspicuous connection between slavery and the suppression of women's rights. Martineau is considered one of the first feminists and spent most of her lifetime fighting for these causes. She even sold her self-designed embroidery to help with the anti-slavery cause. Harriet Martineau fought tirelessly for causes such as abolition of slavery, prison reform, religious freedom, women's rights, workers' rights. This is who Catherine is a descendant of. Compare that to who Meghan is a descendant of. And now you tell me which one should be respected when you have someone that comes from such a huge... Without this woman, firstly, Catherine would never have been born, and we wouldn't have a lot of what we have today, what we take for granted today is thanks to this woman, a British woman who went across to America and didn't just go across there and think, well, I'm British, it's got nothing to do with me. She was like, no, I see a problem here. I see a problem and this needs fixing. So you know what I'm going to do? Doesn't matter where I come from, I'm going to fix it. I'm going to try my best to raise awareness to this and to fix it. And in a way, if you look at how some members of the royal family are, including, say, William and Catherine even, that's kind of what they're doing. They're using their platform to say, this is a problem, this needs to be fixed, or at least worked through, or an alternative found. And so I'm going to use the platform to do that, to do good, to create positive change. Now look at the contrast in Meghan and Harry. They're not using their platform for positive change. They're using their platform to garner their own self-needs and their agenda. That's the biggest difference, in my opinion. When you have people like the royal family, and not everyone in the royal family, but most people in the royal family now are looking at that to use that as positive change, using the platform that they've got. This is what Meghan and Harry had. They had a platform that they could have absolutely used for positive change, but instead she has basically gone on and used her platform that she's now been gifted, in a sense, to fuel this agenda that she's got of trying to get into Hollywood, trying to be the biggest and best of everything. It's failing monumentally. Harry had one of the biggest platforms in the world, and he squandered that because he wanted to be part of the Hollywood elite. and now probably realizing that you know which side your bread is buttered, mate. So to me, when you have the cult squad that go out of their way to attack someone like the Princess of Wales, it's like, you know what, maybe you should do your research. Because as much as, okay, no, today, in today's society, we shouldn't necessarily be held accountable for what our ancestors did, because it's not really much to do with what we're doing now. But when you are attacking the very people that actually, and blaming their ancestry, you're not looking at your own. Like they say, people in glass houses should not throw stones. The connection with Princess of Wales to a connection with somebody that is just so respected, the first woman to combat female empowerment, and not only that, problems in the workforce, the people that were classed as minorities, to abolish slavery. She was massively instrumental in that. What has Meghan done? What has Harry really done, in all fairness? But you let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure there's more to this, and this is very fascinating to me. I know that some people have said this is a bit hit and miss, but you know what? I very much enjoy talking about things like this. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments, as I'm sure you will. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video if you've enjoyed the type of thing that I've done here. If you would like me to delve into a little bit more of things like this, and I'm very happy to do so, let me know, because I feel like in the new year, I feel like there needs to be a change. As much as, yes, this channel is always going to be around Harry and Meghan and members of the royal family, it does feel that people are getting a bit sick and tired of what is kind of going on for them. And I understand that people have struggled like viewing certain videos. So I myself understand that it's very difficult to kind of keep up with what is on trend or what the people want, and not kind of struggling with what I want to do on my channel. I've heard that a lot of you struggle with the longer videos. So in the new year, I will be having the sister channel to this, which is Bite-Sized Tea. And that is going to be for very, very shorter videos. I'm going to compact down a lot of my videos and do them as little short 5-10 minute videos for people that just want the facts, but they don't want all of this, what I talk about. And also I'm going to be covering other people as well, not just the people in the royal family. So that is going to be what I'm going to be doing there. I appreciate the fact that I've got my Coffee and Crime channel. Unfortunately, that just takes so much time to research. I've got to really think about how I'm going to do that, because it's so time consuming. So I need to kind of work on how to get that channel to a place where I can do the videos, but it's not taking so much time. So yeah, so if you are interested in just the smaller compact ones, you can go to Bite-Sized Tea, which will be coming in the new year. If you want the longer ones, you're going to stick with this one. So if you've enjoyed this, then you can treat me to a cuppa. Like I say, at the moment I'm on holiday in Glastonbury, so this will be the last video I do for a couple of weeks. But the calendar, the closing date for the competition has now passed. The calendar will be going up on the 1st of December. So take a look, either on Instagram, or I'll be doing a little short here on my videos. So if you want your picture to go up, take a look to make sure it is. Please don't be despondent if you do not see the picture that's gone up. The last one will be on the 24th of December, because obviously then I'll be signing off for Christmas. I will be doing a collage between Christmas and New Year, so all of the pictures that I've had that haven't gone up will go up there. The Christmas competition giveaway, I will be doing a live just before Christmas. So I will give you the details of that coming soon, so you can come on the live, you can ask me anything, and then I will do the people in a hat, and then you just contact me via email to receive your prize. Yeah, so that's it. So like I say, if you want to treat me to a cuppa, you can do. The link is in the description box below. I have an Amazon wish list if you want to also treat me to something. If you want to send me a card, I will be getting my PO box sorted, so that will go up as well. But if you want to send it now because you're living quite far away, then you can message me and we will sort something out there. So yeah, I think that's it. So from me, who is in Glastonbury right now, enjoying myself, I will put up lots of videos at some point when I've done them all, so you can see how beautiful it is here. It's very, very picturesque where I'm staying at the moment. But yeah, so enjoy the rest of your weekend and whatever you are doing, and I will see you in the next video. But as always, I love you, I appreciate you, but most of all, I respect you. Take care. Bye-bye. Mwah.